The mastermind principle, how ordinary people build empires. There exists a force more powerful than individual genius, more valuable than personal talent, more transformative than solitary effort. It's the force that built every great fortune, launched every revolutionary business, and created every empire that has shaped human civilization. Yet most people live their entire lives without recognizing its existence, let alone harnessing its incredible power. This force is the mastermind, the coordinated effort of two or more minds working in perfect harmony toward a definite purpose. It's not networking, it's not partnerships, it's not simply having business associates or advisors. The mastermind is something far more profound. It's the creation of a third mind, a collective intelligence that emerges when individual minds unite with shared vision, mutual trust, and unwavering commitment to a common goal. Napoleon Hill discovered this principle during his 20-year study of the world's most successful people, commissioned by Andrew Carnegie himself. What Hill found challenged everything society believed about individual achievement. The giants of industry, Carnegie, Ford, Edison, Rockefeller, weren't lone wolves or solitary geniuses. They were master orchestrators of human intelligence, builders of invisible empires powered by the coordinated thinking of brilliant minds working in harmony. Andrew Carnegie understood this principle better than perhaps anyone in history. When he was just a young telegraph operator earning $4 a week, he didn't try to build his steel empire alone. Instead, he began assembling what would become one of the most powerful masterminds ever created. He surrounded himself with men who possessed the knowledge, skills, and specialized intelligence he lacked. Charles Schwab became his operations genius. Henry Clay Frick provided financial acumen and strategic vision. Henry Phipps brought methodical organization and cost control expertise. But Carnegie did something that separated him from ordinary business owners who simply hire employees. He created a true mastermind alliance where each member had a genuine stake in the collective success. These weren't just employees following orders. They were partners in building something unprecedented. Each man brought his unique intellectual contribution to the group, and in return, each shared in the extraordinary wealth that their combined efforts generated. Carnegie's mastermind didn't just run a business. It created an entirely new industry and accumulated wealth beyond anything previously imaginable. The power of Carnegie's mastermind became evident in their ability to accomplish the impossible. When they decided to build the world's largest steel mill, conventional wisdom said it couldn't be done. When they set out to produce steel at unprecedented scales and quality levels, experts claimed it was impractical. When they aimed to dominate an entire industry, competitors dismissed them as overambitious newcomers. But the collective intelligence of Carnegie's mastermind saw possibilities that individual minds couldn't perceive. They solved problems that stumped individual experts, developed innovations that revolutionized manufacturing, and executed strategies that transformed the global economy. This is the fundamental truth about the mastermind principle. It doesn't just add individual capabilities together, it multiplies them exponentially. When properly formed, a mastermind creates what Hill called psychic energy, a form of collective intelligence that surpasses the sum of its parts. Ideas emerge that no individual member could have conceived alone. Solutions appear that transcend any single person's knowledge or experience. Opportunities become visible that remain hidden to isolated minds. Thomas Edison exemplified this principle in his legendary Menlo Park laboratory, which he called his invention factory. Edison wasn't just a brilliant individual inventor. He was the master coordinator of what may have been history's most productive mastermind focused on innovation. He assembled a team of the world's most talented scientists, engineers, mechanics, and craftsmen. Each member brought specialized knowledge and skills, but more importantly, each contributed to a collective creative process that generated over 1,000 patents and innovations that transformed civilization. Edison's mastermind operated on principles that most people still don't understand today. They maintained absolute harmony of purpose. Everyone was committed to the same vision of bringing practical innovations to market. They practiced complete openness in sharing ideas. No ego barriers or territorial thinking blocked the free flow of creative intelligence. They held each other to the highest standards of excellence while supporting each other through inevitable setbacks and failures. Most crucially, they all shared in the financial rewards of their collective success, ensuring that everyone had genuine motivation to contribute their absolute best thinking. The results spoke for themselves. While individual inventors might spend years developing a single innovation, Edison's mastermind produced breakthrough inventions at an unprecedented pace. The phonograph, the incandescent light bulb, the motion picture camera, the electric power distribution system. These weren't the products of individual genius working in isolation. They were the fruits of coordinated intelligence, of brilliant minds working together toward shared goals with shared rewards. Henry Ford understood this principle when he assembled his own mastermind to revolutionize transportation. Ford himself wasn't an engineer or a manufacturing expert. He was a visionary who understood that his greatest skill was identifying and coordinating the specialized talents of others. He brought together Charles Sorensen, who understood production systems, James Couzens, who provided business acumen and financial management, C. Harold Wills, who contributed engineering expertise, and the Dodge brothers, who supplied manufacturing capabilities. Ford's mastermind accomplished something that individual effort could never have achieved. They didn't just build a better automobile, they reimagined the entire concept of manufacturing. The assembly line system that emerged from their collective thinking didn't exist in anyone's mind when they started. It was born from the interaction of different perspectives, the synthesis of various forms of specialized knowledge, the creative friction that occurs when brilliant minds work together toward an ambitious common goal. The transformation Ford's mastermind created went far beyond the automotive industry. They democratized transportation, making cars affordable for ordinary families. They revolutionized manufacturing processes that influenced every industry. They created employment for millions of workers and established wages that helped build America's middle class. They proved that the mastermind principle could be used not just to build personal fortunes, but to transform entire societies. This is what most people miss about wealth creation. The greatest fortunes are never built by individuals working alone. They're always the result of coordinated intelligence, of multiple minds contributing their unique capabilities toward shared objectives. The myth of the self-made millionaire or billionaire is exactly that, a myth. Every great fortune represents the successful application of the mastermind principle, even when that application isn't obvious or acknowledged. Walt Disney understood this when he assembled the creative mastermind that built his entertainment empire. Disney himself was the visionary, but he surrounded himself with individuals whose specialized talents complemented his own. Roy Disney provided business acumen and financial management. Ubi Works contributed artistic genius and technical innovation. Les Clark, Ham Lusk, and the other 9 old men brought unparalleled animation skills. Together, they didn't just make cartoons, they created an entirely new form of entertainment and built a global empire that continues to grow decades after Disney's death. Disney's mastermind demonstrated another crucial aspect of this principle, synergy. Each member's contributions enhanced and amplified the contributions of others. Disney's creative vision became more powerful when filtered through eWorks' artistic capabilities. eWorks' artistic genius reached new heights when applied to Disney's storytelling concepts. Roy Disney's business expertise became more valuable when focused on monetizing the creative output of the artistic team. The result wasn't just addition, it was multiplication of capabilities and results. The modern era has produced countless examples of the mastermind principle in action, though many people don't recognize them as such. Bill Gates and Paul Allen didn't build Microsoft alone. They created a mastermind that included Steve Ballmer's business expertise, brilliant programmers like Charles Simonyi and Anders Hejsberg, and numerous other specialized talents who contributed to the company's dominance. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak exemplified the principle at Apple, with Wozniak providing technical genius and Jobs contributing vision, marketing acumen, and an obsession with user experience. But the mastermind principle extends far beyond famous partnerships or co-founders. It operates whenever individuals with complementary skills unite their efforts toward shared goals with mutual benefit. It functions in small mastermind groups where entrepreneurs share ideas, hold each other accountable, and collaborate on solutions. It works in strategic alliances where businesses combine their strengths to achieve objectives none could reach alone. It operates in mentor-protege relationships where experience and enthusiasm unite to create extraordinary results. The key to understanding the mastermind principle is recognizing that it's not about finding people who think like you, it's about finding people who think differently than you in ways that complement your strengths and compensate for your weaknesses. Carnegie wasn't looking for other visionaries when he assembled his steel empire mastermind. He was looking for operational experts, financial specialists, and technical innovators whose skills would combine with his vision to create unprecedented results. This is where most people fail when they attempt to apply the mastermind principle. They gravitate toward individuals who share their backgrounds, perspectives, and approaches. They form groups that reinforce their existing thinking rather than challenge and expand it. They seek agreement and comfort rather than creative tension and growth. But true masterminds thrive on intellectual diversity. on the productive friction that occurs when different forms of intelligence interact and synthesize. The most powerful masterminds in history have always included individuals who brought dramatically different capabilities to the group. Rockefeller's mastermind included his brother William, who provided family loyalty and operational support; Henry Flagler, who contributed strategic vision and development expertise; Samuel Andrews, who brought technical knowledge of oil refining; and various other specialists whose combined efforts created Standard Oil's dominance. Each member of Rockefeller's mastermind possessed knowledge and skills that the others lacked. More importantly, each was committed to the success of the whole rather than just their individual advancement. They understood that their personal wealth and success were directly tied to the collective achievement of the group. This alignment of interests created a powerful motivation for each member to contribute their absolute best thinking and effort to every challenge the group faced. The mastermind principle operates according to specific laws that determine its effectiveness. First, there must be complete harmony of purpose among all members. Everyone must be genuinely committed to the same definite major objective, willing to subordinate their personal agenda to the achievement of the collective goal. Without this harmony, the group becomes a collection of individuals rather than a true mastermind, and the multiplying effect of coordinated intelligence cannot occur. Second, there must be absolute honesty and openness in all interactions. Mastermind members must be willing to share their real thoughts, concerns, and ideas without diplomatic filtering or political maneuvering. They must trust each other enough to be vulnerable, to admit their weaknesses and limitations, to ask for help when they need it. This level of transparency is essential for the free flow of intelligence that makes the mastermind effective. Third, there must be mutual benefit for all participants. Each member must receive genuine value from their participation, whether in the form of financial rewards, learning opportunities, network expansion, or personal growth. If the benefits flow primarily to one member while others sacrifice without adequate compensation, the mastermind will eventually dissolve as members seek better opportunities for their time and energy. Fourth, there must be consistent action toward the shared objective. The mastermind isn't just a discussion group or social club. It's an action-oriented alliance focused on achieving specific, measurable results. Regular meetings, defined responsibilities, clear deadlines, and mutual accountability are essential for maintaining the momentum that turns coordinated thinking into coordinated achievement. Ray Kroc demonstrated these principles when he assembled the mastermind that transformed McDonald's from a single restaurant into a global empire. Kroc understood that he couldn't build a worldwide franchise system through individual effort alone. He needed specialized talents that he didn't possess. Operations experts who could systematize restaurant procedures, real estate professionals who could identify and secure optimal locations, marketing specialists who could build brand recognition, legal experts who could structure franchise agreements, and financial professionals who could fund rapid expansion. Kroc's genius wasn't in trying to become expert in all these areas himself. It was in identifying individuals who were already expert and creating a mastermind alliance that gave everyone motivation to contribute their best capabilities toward the common goal of global expansion. The result was a business empire that generated wealth not just for Kroc, but for thousands of franchisees and countless employees, suppliers, and stakeholders who participated in the McDonald's system. This illustrates another crucial aspect of the mastermind principle. It creates wealth for everyone involved, not just the leader or founder. Unlike zero-sum competitions where one person's gain requires another's loss, masterminds operate as positive-sum games where collective success generates benefits for all participants. This characteristic makes it relatively easy to attract high-quality people to join a properly structured mastermind because intelligent individuals can recognize when an opportunity offers genuine mutual benefit. The digital age has amplified the power of the mastermind principle exponentially. Technology has eliminated geographical barriers that once limited mastermind formation to people who could meet physically in the same location. Today, the most talented individuals in any field can connect and collaborate regardless of where they live or work. This has democratized access to the mastermind principle, making it available to entrepreneurs and innovators who previously would have been limited by their local networks. Jeff Bezos exemplified this modern application of the mastermind principle when he built Amazon from a small online bookstore into the world's largest e-commerce platform. Bezos didn't try to become expert in every aspect of building a global technology company. Instead, he assembled a mastermind of individuals who brought complementary skills, technical experts who could build scalable systems, operations specialists who could manage complex logistics networks, financial professionals who could structure growth funding, marketing experts who could build customer relationships, and strategic thinkers who could identify new opportunities for expansion. The Amazon Mastermind operates according to principles that Hill identified nearly a century ago, but applied to modern challenges and opportunities. They maintain absolute focus on their primary objective of customer satisfaction, even when it requires short-term sacrifice of profits. They practice radical transparency in sharing information and ideas across the organization. They ensure that all participants benefit from collective success through stock ownership and performance incentives. They take consistent, coordinated action toward their shared goals, with clear accountability for results. Elon Musk has created multiple masterminds across different industries, demonstrating how the same individual can apply this principle repeatedly to achieve extraordinary results in diverse fields. At Tesla, Musk assembled a mastermind of automotive engineers, battery specialists, software developers, manufacturing experts, and design professionals who combined their talents to revolutionize the electric vehicle industry. At SpaceX, he created a different mastermind focused on aerospace engineering, rocket science, manufacturing innovation, and space exploration. Each of Musk's masterminds operates independently with its own specialized focus, but they all follow the same fundamental principles. They unite diverse forms of expertise toward ambitious shared objectives. They maintain complete alignment around their primary purpose while encouraging creative thinking about how to achieve it. They share in the financial and psychological rewards of collective achievement. They take bold action based on their coordinated intelligence, even when conventional wisdom suggests their goals are impossible. The results speak for themselves. Tesla didn't just build better electric cars, they transformed the entire automotive industry and accelerated the global transition to sustainable transportation. SpaceX didn't just launch rockets more efficiently, they revolutionized space technology and made interplanetary travel a realistic possibility. These achievements weren't the result of individual genius working in isolation. They were the fruits of coordinated intelligence applied through properly structured masterminds. This is the lesson that every aspiring wealth builder must understand. Individual effort has limits, but coordinated intelligence has virtually no limits. A single mind, no matter how brilliant, can only process so much information, generate so many ideas, solve so many problems simultaneously. But when multiple minds unite in harmony around shared objectives, their combined capabilities multiply exponentially. They can tackle challenges that would overwhelm any individual, pursue opportunities that require diverse forms of expertise, and achieve results that seem impossible from any single perspective. The pharmaceutical industry provides countless examples of the mastermind principle in action. No individual could possess all the knowledge required to develop modern medicines, organic chemistry, molecular biology, clinical research, regulatory affairs, manufacturing processes, quality control systems, marketing strategies, and financial management. Successful pharmaceutical companies operate as masterminds that unite these diverse forms of specialized knowledge toward the common goal of developing treatments that improve human health while generating sustainable profits. The entertainment industry operates on the same principle. No individual creates a blockbuster movie alone. The most successful films result from masterminds that unite directors' creative vision, producers' financial and organizational expertise, writers' storytelling abilities, actors' performance skills, cinematographers' technical artistry, editors' narrative craftsmanship, composers' musical talents, and marketing professionals' promotional capabilities. Each contributor brings specialized intelligence that enhances and amplifies the contributions of others. The technology industry is perhaps the most obvious example of mastermind principles in operation. Every major technology company, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, represents a mastermind that unites diverse forms of technical expertise, business acumen, creative capabilities, and strategic thinking. These companies succeed not because they have individual geniuses, but because they create environments where brilliant minds can collaborate effectively toward shared objectives with mutual benefit. But the mastermind principle isn't limited to large corporations or famous entrepreneurs. It operates just as powerfully in small groups of individuals who unite their efforts toward common goals. Real estate investment groups that combine different members' capital, expertise, and connections to acquire and develop properties. Entrepreneurial masterminds where business owners share ideas, resources, and accountability to accelerate their individual growth. Professional development groups where individuals with complementary skills help each other advance their careers and capabilities. The key to forming an effective mastermind lies in understanding what you bring to the group and what you need from others. This requires brutal honesty about your own strengths and weaknesses, your knowledge and ignorance, your capabilities and limitations. Most people resist this level of self-assessment because it requires acknowledging areas where they need help. But this acknowledgement is precisely what makes mastermind participation valuable. Carnegie was brutally honest about his limitations. He readily admitted that he knew nothing about steel production, manufacturing processes, or technical engineering. This honesty allowed him to identify exactly what kinds of expertise he needed to add to his mastermind. His willingness to acknowledge his limitations made it possible to transcend them through coordinated intelligence. If he had pretended to possess knowledge he didn't have, he never could have assembled the specialized talents that made his empire possible. The same principle applies today. The most successful entrepreneurs and business leaders are those who can honestly assess their own capabilities and systematically address their limitations through mastermind relationships. They understand that admitting ignorance in one area is the prerequisite for gaining access to expertise in that area. They recognize that acknowledging their weaknesses is the first step toward building collective strength. This approach requires overcoming the ego-driven thinking that prevents most people from forming effective masterminds. Many individuals resist collaboration because they want to receive all the credit for their achievements. They prefer the myth of individual success to the reality of collective accomplishment. But this thinking is ultimately self-defeating because it limits their achievements to what they can accomplish through individual effort alone. The most successful people throughout history have been willing to share credit in exchange for multiplied results. They understand that owning a smaller percentage of something enormous is far more valuable than owning 100% of something small. Carnegie became incredibly wealthy not because he tried to do everything himself, but because he created systems where everyone in his mastermind profited from collective success. This abundance mentality is essential for effective mastermind participation. Scarcity thinkers believe that helping others succeed somehow diminishes their own opportunities. They hoard information, connections, and opportunities because they fear that sharing resources will leave less for themselves. But abundance thinkers understand that value creation is not zero-sum, that helping others succeed often creates opportunities for their own advancement. Mastermind participants who operate from abundance consistently find that their own success accelerates when they focus on contributing to others' success. They discover that sharing valuable information leads to receiving even more valuable information in return. They learn that making introductions and connections for others results in expanded networks and opportunities for themselves. They experience the multiplying effect that occurs when everyone in the group is genuinely committed to everyone else's advancement. This reciprocity is what transforms a collection of individuals into a true mastermind. When each member is actively looking for ways to help others succeed, the group develops a momentum and energy that propels everyone forward faster than any could advance alone. Ideas flow freely because everyone knows their contributions will be valued and reciprocated. Opportunities are shared because everyone trusts that others will extend the same courtesy. Resources are pooled because everyone understands that collective capability exceeds individual capability. The power of this dynamic becomes evident when mastermind groups face major challenges or opportunities. Instead of each member struggling alone with their problems, the entire group's intelligence and resources focus on finding solutions. Instead of individuals competing for limited opportunities, the group works together to create new opportunities that benefit everyone. Instead of isolated decision-making based on limited perspective, choices are made based on the collective wisdom and experience of the entire mastermind. This is why mastermind participation often produces breakthrough results that surprise even the participants themselves. When multiple minds unite around common objectives with mutual support, they frequently discover possibilities that weren't visible to any individual member before joining the group. Solutions emerge that no single person could have conceived. Strategies develop that transcend any individual's previous experience or knowledge. Opportunities become apparent that remain hidden to isolated thinkers. The psychological benefits of mastermind participation are as valuable as the practical benefits. Entrepreneurship and wealth building can be lonely pursuits, filled with decisions that friends and family members can't understand or support. Having a group of like-minded individuals who share similar challenges, objectives, and commitment levels provides emotional support that makes it easier to persist through inevitable setbacks and difficulties. Mastermind members also provide accountability that helps individuals maintain focus and momentum toward their goals. When you know you'll be reporting your progress to people whose opinions you respect, you're more likely to follow through on commitments and maintain consistency in your efforts. This accountability often makes the difference between good intentions and actual results, between sporadic effort and systematic progress toward important objectives. The learning acceleration that occurs in effective masterminds is perhaps their most underappreciated benefit. Instead of learning through individual trial and error, mastermind participants can learn from the experiences, mistakes, and successes of multiple individuals simultaneously. They can avoid costly errors that others have already made while adopting strategies and approaches that others have proven effective. This compressed learning curve allows mastermind participants to achieve results much faster than they could through individual effort. They can skip years of experimentation and refinement by leveraging the collective experience of their mastermind partners. They can implement proven systems and strategies immediately, rather than spending time and resources developing their own approaches from scratch. The network effects of mastermind participation create exponential value over time. Each member brings their existing relationships, connections, and network to the group, effectively multiplying everyone's access to opportunities, resources, and information. As the mastermind grows and evolves, these network effects compound, creating access to levels of influence and opportunity that would be impossible to achieve through individual networking efforts. Many of history's most successful masterminds have generated network effects that lasted for generations. The members of Carnegie's Steel Empire Mastermind went on to create their own business empires and masterminds, spreading the principles and approaches they learned throughout the economy. Edison's Menlo Park team members became leaders in emerging technology industries, carrying forward the innovation methodologies they developed through their mastermind collaboration. This multiplication effect means that the value of mastermind participation often continues long after the formal group dissolves or evolves. The relationships, knowledge, approaches, and mindsets developed through mastermind collaboration become permanent assets that participants carry forward into all their future endeavors. They develop a deeper understanding of how coordinated intelligence works, making them more effective at forming and leading other collaborative efforts throughout their lives. The digital revolution has created unprecedented opportunities for applying mastermind principles to wealth creation. Global communication technologies allow individuals to form masterminds with the most talented and knowledgeable people in their fields, regardless of geographic location. Online collaboration tools enable continuous interaction and information sharing that wasn't possible when mastermind meetings were limited to physical gatherings. Virtual mastermind groups can operate with higher frequency and greater flexibility than traditional face-to-face groups. Members can share ideas, seek advice, and collaborate on projects continuously rather than waiting for scheduled meetings. They can access collective intelligence immediately when facing urgent decisions or unexpected opportunities. They can maintain momentum and accountability even when individual schedules or circumstances make regular meeting attendance difficult. The democratization of information and resources through digital platforms has also made it easier for ordinary people to form effective masterminds focused on wealth creation. Previously, access to high-level business knowledge, market information, and professional networks was limited to individuals who already possessed significant resources or connections. Today, anyone with internet access can acquire sophisticated business education and connect with potential mastermind partners who share their ambitions and commitment levels. This accessibility has led to an explosion of mastermind groups focused on various aspects of wealth building: real estate investment, e-commerce business development, stock market trading, cryptocurrency investing, digital marketing, content creation, consulting, and countless other opportunities. These groups demonstrate that the mastermind principle works just as effectively for ordinary people pursuing financial independence as it does for famous entrepreneurs building global empires. The key to success in any mastermind lies in bringing genuine value to the group while remaining open to receiving value from others. This requires continuous personal development, staying current with developments in your field, actively seeking opportunities to help other members, and maintaining high standards for your own contribution and participation. The most successful mastermind members are those who treat their group participation as a serious investment in their own success, worthy of their best effort and attention. Understanding the mastermind principle changes everything about how you approach wealth building and success. Instead of trying to develop every skill, acquire every piece of knowledge, and overcome every limitation through individual effort, you can leverage the specialized capabilities of others through strategic collaboration. Instead of competing against everyone else in your field, you can unite with selected individuals whose capabilities complement your own toward shared objectives. The empires of tomorrow will be built by individuals who understand and apply the mastermind principle with precision and commitment. They will be created by people who recognize that coordinated intelligence multiplies individual capabilities exponentially. They will be established by those who have the wisdom to unite with others whose skills, knowledge, and resources can accelerate their progress toward extraordinary goals. Your empire is waiting to be built. The only question is whether you'll try to build it alone through individual effort, or whether you'll harness the most powerful force in wealth creation, the coordinated intelligence of minds united in harmony toward definite purpose. The choice you make will determine not just how much wealth you create, but how quickly you create it, how much you enjoy the process, and how lasting your achievements prove to be. The mastermind principle is not theory, it's proven practice. It's not wishful thinking, it's demonstrated reality. It's the force that has built every great fortune, launched every revolutionary business, and created every empire that has shaped human history. Now it's your turn to apply this principle, to assemble your own mastermind, and to discover the extraordinary results that emerge when ordinary people unite their efforts toward extraordinary objectives.